Life in Russia is so depressing. Have you ever wondered why Russian people don't smile? Basically, the answer is because there's nothing to smile about. So how do average Russian person live? Let's have a look at Russian salaries. So we're not talking about politicians, celebrities, or entrepreneurs. We're talking about a regular Russian person in a regular Russian town. So the most basic profession I could think of is an accountant. Let's see how much do they make. I live in Khabarovsk, which is a town in the Far East. So typical salary for accountants in my region is 30 to 40,000 rubles, which is 261 to $348 a month. You might say, oh, probably rent and food is really cheap. No, they're not. Maybe accountants just don't make a lot. Let's have a look to other professions. For example, a teacher. Elementary school teacher in regular Khabarovsk school will earn 30 to 45,000 rubles, which is probably the same as an accountant. After 4 years of getting a bachelor's degree, working as a teacher for quite a few years, you will earn $392 a month. So cool. Oh, the teacher of physics will earn a bit more, 35 to 55,000 rubles. So, biology teacher in another regular Khabarovsk school will earn 35,000 rubles, which is $305 a month. So freaking cool. You need to have higher education, which takes 4 years out of your life, and 1 to 3 years of job experience to get this job. Oh, they talk about working schedule. So you're working 6 days a week with 1 day off, which is Sunday. That sounds like a dream. Teacher of Russian language and literature, 35,000 rubles. Higher education, 1 to 3 years of job experience. And the school is located in the middle of nowhere in Khabarovsk. Pretty cool. Makes me want to live. Let's talk about other professions, like what do other people get? So we have a pizza maker, which earns 35 to 50,000 rubles, which is like $300 to $400. I would rather make pizza than teach kids. If you're a teacher, you would definitely spend more money on therapy. So if you're gonna die at this job and work every single day of your life, you'll earn $436. Another opportunity for you. I found an actual gold, the most profitable one that I see here is a chief in one of the Khabarovsk cafes, and it says that the salary will be till 110,000, which equals to $959. You may ask me how to get the job. You should have an education, obviously, 3 to 5 years of job experience. And what you're gonna do with this job is basically, you're gonna do everything here. You might ask me about work schedule. 5 days with 2 days off. They're gonna feed you there. Yeah, you're a chief, you can be fed, you know. They will pay for your taxi to your house in the evening. Thank God. It's located in the center. Pretty nice. It's still not a lot. The cook in my beloved chain of Far Eastern grocery shops will earn 38,000 rubles. You can work there without job experience. Nice. They will also feed you there. They will give you free uniform. It's an advantage here. So what you need to do to cook cold, hot meat dishes, follow all of the instructions and recipes to control the quality of food. They say nothing about work schedule, which is kind of scary, but you will earn $331 a month. They will feed you there, so you don't need a lot of money, right? And the last, but definitely not the least, we're gonna look at the barista job. I work as a barista. So how much am I making? Let's have a look at whatever they offer in here, and I will tell you my salary too. 20, 30, 21, 27, that's what you can get. So basically 20 to 40,000, just like any other job. You don't need work experience and you don't need to have any education. I started working as a barista when I was 18. I'm still working in the same company the salary is low. So I work 2 days and then I have 2 days off. My working schedule is never stable because sometimes we have a lot of people, sometimes a lot of people are quitting and you need to fill in those spots and just to work a bit extra. What they pay me is 1,000 rubles per day is guaranteed. Basically, if I'm just showing up to work, I'm earning 1,000 rubles, which equals to $8.72. How good is that? Also, I have a percent from the sales. I'm kind of being a salesman right here. The majority of time I get extra 400 to 600 rubles a day as a percent of sales. So basically a day I'm earning $15. And you expect people to be happy in this country. And it's not that easy to get this job. I went to several job interviews and they all said, oh, you're young, you don't have job experience. That was probably like a fifth company that said, okay, we're gonna try you. I went to the practice and the guy showed me how to make coffee and I made it right from the first time. I do like my job, but I think that $15 a day is really not enough. Let's talk about rent. First, I need to explain to you, when they say one-bedroom apartment, it means one-room apartment. So basically, it's just one room. It doesn't have a bedroom. I hope it's clear enough. So one-bedroom apartment in the center of a city will cost you 28,000 rubles, which is almost the whole salary of any basic Russian working class. And this apartment is 40 square meters, which is 430 square feet. Tastes good. Don't forget that it's not the final price. You should pay this agency 10,000 rubles for basically nothing because you found it yourself. That's how it works. Let's say you have a family, maybe a kid, maybe it's just, married couple or something. Obviously man and woman, because same-sex marriage is illegal in Russia. I need to make a video about that too. So 2-bedroom apartment will cost you 50,000 rubles, okay? So $436 you're gonna pay for this 2-bedroom / 1-bedroom apartment. It looks pretty, it's like minimalistic. And don't forget about 30,000 that you're gonna pay when you rent in this apartment. It's 58 square meters, which is 624 feet. Maybe you'll say, I'm not that fancy. I will live an authentic life of a regular Russian person. 3-bedroom apartment will cost you 30,000 rubles plus electricity in the least developed region of Khabarovsk. Just imagine living in this apartment, waking up here every single day, cooking breakfast at this kitchen. Russians live in a block of flats, so it's 8th floor in 10th floor building. It's 64 square meters, which is 688 square feet. Looks pretty depressing. I'm not gonna discuss prices for food in here, but you can watch my friend's video about forest grocery shops. Keep in mind that you're earning a few $100s a month and you need to pay rent somehow. Also, prices got maybe 30 to 40% higher because of the sanctions. As for me, it's not life, it's surviving. That's how the majority of Russians live. I don't think that it's okay. And we don't have food banks. We don't have any programs that will help you and support you if you're broke. Because everybody is broke, it's not a problem. The government is stealing from us and building fucking golden castles. Our constitution says that we have a democracy in our country, but my whole life we had the same president and it doesn't look like democracy to me. Going to the protest to say that you disagree with the government, and the constitution says that you have a right for that. But what you end up getting is a prison sentence. How can you stay optimistic when people who disagree with the government are being poisoned and put into prison? How can you stay optimistic in a country where you can barely survive working your ass off at your job? Russia is such a huge country, the biggest country in the world, and I believe that it has so much potential. But unfortunately, all you feel here it's not potential, it's hopelessness. Hopelessness because the quality of your life is so fucking low. Hopelessness because you can't say something against the government because it's a huge risk to go to jail. You may say, oh, the education is free, you can get a budget place at the university and study for free. This education wouldn't worth anything in any other country except of Russia. And even in Russia, you saw the salaries, you saw how much you're gonna make. So my salary as a barista without job experience or education is the same or sometimes even bigger than the salary of a person who studied for years to be some kind of teacher or whatever. And still, it's really, really low. And my generation was raised by those parents who have Soviet mentality. Long story short, we all need therapy. There's so many things to discuss with my therapist. Biology teacher. Fuck. Nothing but the best. I know that you're still self-obsessed. Also, prices. Yeah, hope you dream of me. 436 doll. So, yeah, hope you dream of me.